Okay. All right. You're probably wondering I was just doing there with Bruno. I was doing dog lifts because what's going on is I'm quarantined here at my apartment like a lot of other people. And I was trying to use him as some sort of resistance. Unfortunately, Bruno at 14 pounds doesn't provide a lot of resistance, and his weight is kind of unwieldy. He can't do curls, he can't do tricep extensions, and I wouldn't subject that to him anyway. But anyway, the point here is that somebody asked me to do a video on how to stay in shape during this quarantine. Where all the gyms are closed, all around the world. I read somewhere that in Australia, the gyms are going to be closed for 6 months. The gyms have already been closed here a couple of weeks. I already am feeling the effect because when I work out pretty regularly, not pretty, I work out regularly. And, I'm already seeing atrophy in my arms and my legs because when you lose muscle, that's the first areas you lose muscle, the arms and the legs. And then it starts to go inward towards the central part of the body. And if I was in my 20s or 30s or even 40s, I wouldn't be worrying about this. But at my age, trust me, muscle goes very fast if it's not exercised. Very fast. So I'm a little concerned about this because I have no weights. I have no resistance here at all. So what I did is I figured, well, no big deal. I'll go online and I plan to buy a set of dumbbells because I don't have a lot of space here. I can't put like a big weight machine here. It would take up the whole place. So I figured I'll buy some dumbbell. Oh, by the way, what I just did there, touch my face. You don't ever want to do that. But I washed my hands before doing the video. So I don't think I gave myself coronavirus by doing that. But don't absentmindedly touch your face because that's how you get it, believe it or not. The coronavirus goes through the mucous membranes, the nose, the mouth. Anyway, I already talked about that in another video. But the point being that I went online I figured it'd be easy. I'll buy a set of dumbbells, no big deal, right? I went to Craigslist. I went to eBay. I went to Amazon. What I saw shocked me. Really shocked me. They're selling sets of dumbbells that normally sell for about $100. They're selling it anywhere from $1,500 to $3,000 for 2 pairs of dumbbells. I'll say that again, 2 pairs of dumbbells. Now, these go up to 90 pounds. So some of them are adjustable. I really would have liked to have used that, but I'm not going to reward these price gouging scumbags by sending them that kind of money and ripping people off. I won't do it. I just will have to somehow go without weights. If you folks out there can buy some weights at reasonable price and you know of a place that has it, let me know because I've looked. I can't find any. A couple of people made suggestions to me on Facebook, so-called reasonable prices. They were the same. They were price gouging. They were, again, $1,500 to $3,000 for a pair of dumbbells. If I had a pair of dumbbells, I tell you what, I can do a whole weight workout and I could stay in like 90% of my shape because there's so many exercises you can do. You could work the whole body, even legs. You could do dumbbell hack squats. You can hold the dumbbells here and do a type of front squat. Of course, you can do dumbbell curls, tricep extensions. You can do bench presses. You can do flies. You could do one-arm dumbbell rows, 2 dumbbell rows. All of these exercises you can do with rows. So if you guys have dumbbells that have enough resistance, again, it depends on your strength level. I wanted to get the dumbbells that supposedly go up to 90 pounds, adjustable dumbbells. However, if you can't get dumbbells that heavy, let's say some of them go up to, I believe, about 52 pounds. That's fine. If you're really strong, just do reps and do minimal rest between sets. In other words, let's say you're doing, dumbbell rows. Do sets of like 20, 25, rest like 15 seconds, do another set. By the third set, your muscle fibers will react as if you're lifting much, much heavier weight. You'll be able to maintain your muscle size, and you'll probably be able to retain most of your strength. Now, okay, that's the option with weight. Of course, if you have a barbell, if you do, that's great also. That adds even more exercises that you can do. Now, I want to also note that since this quarantine began, there's been a lot of videos posted on YouTube about home training involving body weight training, and people say, well, I can't get any weights, and or I don't have any room for any weights like me, other than dumbbells, so body weight training is better than nothing. I agree. Body weight training, push-ups, sit-ups, chins, if you can have a chinning bar, definitely better than nothing. However, some of these videos are making statements like you can actually make muscle gains. No, no, no. It's not going to happen. If you're used to heavy, intensive exercise, and lifting weights, moderate to heavy weights, and you suddenly switch to a body weight routine, the most you could hope for is possibly maintaining a lot of your muscle mass, maybe maintaining some of your strength. The strength's definitely going to go down, but that's the best you can hope for. The odds of making actual muscle gains doing body weight exercise is nil. I don't care what anyone says. I've been around for years. I'm telling you, it doesn't happen. There's a reason why people who do calisthenics don't gain muscle size. Calisthenics are body weight exercises. And there's just not enough resistance to stimulate the deep muscle fibers, like the two type X muscle fibers that respond in hypertrophy. You can't get that doing body weight. The most you can get is the smaller fibers, type 1, type 2A, but that, and maybe a little bit of type 2B, that's enough to maintain muscle. I'm not saying not to do body weight exercises. What kind of body weight exercise? Unfortunately, I don't have a graphics program. I can only describe, like, for example, you could if you have a table high enough, you could kind of put your arms up like this under the table and bring your upper body up like this. That'll be a kind of a crude type of curl movement. Might keep your biceps. If you have another table or something, now you put your hands like this. Your body is stretch out and you kind of like go like this. You know what I mean. It's hard to explain, but those are basically a crude type of tricep extension. Again, this might be enough to maintain the muscle, but you're not going to make any gains. Far easier to work your abs that you don't need anything for. I'll be honest with you. The only thing I've done since the gym's closed, I go to Gold's Gym in Venice. Since the gym's closed, all I've been doing is I have a stationary bike here that has been gathering dust for years. I never use it. And now I'm using it like crazy because I figure the least I can do is keep up my cardiovascular. So what I'm doing is high intensity interval training for 30 minutes. In other words, what I'm doing is I'm pedaling real hard to bring my heart rate up, and then I'm slowing it down for another minute or two to let my heart rate go down, and then bringing it up. I do about 10 of these in the course of a 30-minute. Believe it or not, that's equal to doing 90 minutes of cycling. It also increases your resting metabolic rate. Hopefully, it'll keep me from putting some fat on. Although I'm not going to lie, my abs were not exactly contest shape before I stopped going to the gym, but I had abs. The truth, I had abs. Now, the abs are fading fast because I haven't trained. I'm putting on subcutaneous fat, and I'm trying not to eat. I'm trying not to eat any junk. I'm not eating any sugars. I'm not eating any ice cream. But you have to understand, my body, I've been working out for 57 years. I've never stopped. I've never taken extended layoffs. My body is used to constant exercise. So it doesn't know what to do with all the calories. It's storing it. I mean, you know what I mean? I'd have to go on a starvation diet not to put any, and all that's going to do is add to my muscle loss, which is another warning. Those of you who say to yourself, well, I can't work out hard, so I'm going to cut my calories real low. If you're going to do that, I strongly advise don't reduce your protein intake. Keep the protein to about at least 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram, or 2.2 pounds of body weight. That upper figure is equal to a gram of protein per pound of body weight. You've got to maintain your protein intake when you reduce calories. If you want to reduce calories to prevent getting fat when you can't go to the gym, good idea, but don't reduce your protein. Reduce your carbohydrate, reduce your fat calories. Keep your protein up or you will lose muscle, especially if you're over 40 like me. The guys over 40, if they don't eat enough protein, they can slip into something called sarcopenia, which is an age-related loss of lean mass. It's very, very dangerous. Most people who are in nursing homes are there not because of mental reasons like Alzheimer's. They're there because they're so frail they can't even feed themselves. That's how much muscle they've lost. So you never want to let that happen. Other freehand exercises. Now, I haven't done a body weight routine yet, but I plan to, coincidentally, tonight. I've been riding the bike now, at least I'm trying to do it every day or at least every other day. I'm trying to do the bike, again, to keep the cardiovascular. So far, I've been successful. I think I've retained most of my cardiovascular fitness. The muscles are going fast. They are. So I'm going to have to do some sort of body weight exercise. So what I'm going to do is, I'll tell you the routine. I have to tell you, 2 weeks ago I slipped in the shower. It was, some shampoo got on the porcelain, and it was like ice. My whole body went into the air, and I landed on this shoulder. This shoulder took 100% of my body weight. I had to go to the emergency room. It was severe pain. I thought I broke my arm. The CAT scan showed that I didn't break my arm, but the cartilage in there is a complete mess. Up until last week, I couldn't even raise this arm. It hurts when I do lateral motions like this. I don't have a rotator going like this, slight pain. I have but I don't think it's a rotator cuff. It is healing. It is healing, and I'm using collagen, hydrolyzed collagen with vitamin C. 1 scoop a day with 500 milligrams of C. It speeds up connective tissue healing, and I think it's really helped because it's only been 2 weeks. Remember, when I first got the injury, I could not lift my arm at all without pain. Couldn't lift it at all. Now I can lift it. You can see I can lift it pretty easily. Still hurts a little bit, but what I'm going to try and do today, I'm going to try and do push-ups. I'm going to do the normal style push-ups, like with a shoulder width grip, and then I'm going to do a push-up where I put my feet up on a chair, where my body is at an angle, kind of like at a 45-degree angle. That actually, believe it or not, works your upper pectorals very strongly. It actually works the upper pectorals stronger than incline presses. I know it sounds weird. It actually does. And I've never done this exercise. I'm going to try it today. So I'm hoping that my shoulder holds up. I'm hoping that I'll be able to do those push-ups. But at the first sign of pain, I'm going to stop. I'm also going to do crunch sit-ups. I have no resistance. I'm just going to do my body weight. So, you can't spot reduce. Normally when I do sit-ups, I do sets of maybe 30 reps at the top. Any more than that to me is garbage. This idea of doing hundreds of reps to reduce your waist or bring out your abs is just nonsensical. You do that by dieting and losing body fat, not by doing hundreds of reps of abdominal exercises. That's stupid. But what I am going to do, again, just because I don't have any resistance, I'm going to increase the reps to 50. I'm going to try and do 5 sets of 50 crunch sit-ups. I don't think leg raises do much. I could probably do leg raises by hooking, holding on to maybe putting my hands under the couch. I might try that. I haven't done that in years. Kind of hurts my lower back. Leg raises tend to pull on what they call the hip flexor muscles, and I already have lower back problems because I have a slip disc back there. So I don't want to aggravate that. So I'm going to do push-ups, sit-ups, and then for my legs, I'm going to do freehand squats. I have very, very bad knees. I've mentioned this in other videos. I have arthritis, severe knee arthritis. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and do sets of, if I can, maybe 30 reps. I'm going to try and do at least 5 sets of 30 reps of regular squats, and I'm going to see if I could alternate that with lunges. Lunges is an exercise I've never ever do in the gym. I don't think it's much good. But however, because I'm limited, again, I don't have any weight equipment here. I got to do something for my legs. So I'm going to do squats and lunges. I wish I could do something for my leg biceps. There's a way of, hooking, again, facing away from a couch or something, hooking your feet under, doing what they call Russian hamstring curls, where you kind of like start with your body on the ground and lift just your upper body up. That's actually a good hamstring exercise, but I don't think I could do it here. I don't have a way of doing that. So hopefully the lunges, they have a slight effect on the hamstrings. I'm hoping it'll help a little bit. That's what I'm going to do right now. It's not much of a workout, but hopefully it'll help a little bit because I'm losing muscle really fast here. What I did send for, I couldn't get any free weights, but I did send for some elastic training bands, I guess they're called. I've seen people use them in the gym. I've never used them in my life. Supposedly these bands provide resistance equal. I sent for a set of, I think it's 7 bands. Cost about $40. It's not bad at all. I sent for it through Amazon. And the bands are supposedly range in resistance anywhere from 10 pounds up to 90 pounds. That's hard for me to believe. But, I mean, if I could do a workout with those, I mean, I guess it has like a little, thing where you can hook your feet under, and you can hook your hands. There's a little thing to put your hands in. Hopefully, I could simulate dumbbell exercises with those elastic bands. Maybe do curls, maybe do some shoulder work if I can. At least work one shoulder, not my bad shoulder. I could do tricep exercises. I could probably do some sort of squat exercise with it. I could do some maybe for fly exercise with it. If the bands work out, that might be the answer to my problem. If they do, I'm hoping they do. I'm keeping my fingers crossed because, like I say, the picture for free weights, getting a set of dumbbells, it's very bleak, very bleak. They're selling out like crazy. They're selling out like hotcakes. If you had a lot of weights to sell right now, those of you listening, if you don't want to use your weights, you put them somewhere. I guarantee you could sell them for anything you want. You could sell a weight set that costs you $120. You could sell it for $1,500, $2,000, and somebody will buy it. I'm not saying you should do that. I think that's gouging. As I said, I'm not going to buy it. There's no way I'm going to be ripped off like that, but somebody might buy it. But you're better off just keeping the weight for yourself because you're not going to be able to find any other weights to buy. So that's about it. Again, as far as the nutrition goes, to sum it up, reduce your calories, go by your activity level. If you're running around a lot and you're burning calories, you can eat more food. If you're not, you should cut the calories, I would estimate, by at least a third. That's about 30%. That's a pretty good drop. In fact, studies show, there's a little bonus to this. Studies show that animals that reduce their typical daily caloric intake by 30% live maximum lifespans. It extends their lifespan. So you might be getting a little bonus here. Of course, you can also do, those of you who do intermittent fasting, that's another good method. Do intermittent fasting will also help keep your body fat down. Again, very important, keep your supplements going. If you take supplements, keep using them. And also, again, very important, maintain your protein intake. You've got to have the protein to prevent lean tissue muscle loss. Do not reduce your protein intake. If you got to reduce calories, reduce fat calories, reduce carbohydrate calories. I'm not on a ketogenic diet, but I'm trying to keep my carbohydrates now to less than 100 grams a day or less. I usually eat a little bit more than that when I'm training at the gym, but again, I'm not training at the gym, so I have to cut them down. I don't see a lot of body fat accretion so far in myself, but my abs are not quite as sharp as they were 2 weeks ago when I was able to go to the gym. We'll see what happens with this crunch sit-ups. When I started doing crunch sit-ups when I was 14 years old, it gave me abs so well developed that people used to take pictures of it. So who knows, a long time ago, but maybe I could duplicate it, But that's about it. So again, you can maintain a good amount of muscle with body weight exercises. You can use your own ingenuity to come up with others. There's a way of using a towel to pull you. You can use the rear deltoids. There's a way. You can look at the videos. There's plenty of videos where it shows people actually doing these body weight exercises. If you have no access to equipment like me, you could try them. Some of them, to me, are kind of biomechanically incorrect, where I think it puts, for example, one-arm push-ups. I think that would be dangerous for a lot of people who have joint problems. I don't recommend that. It's nice for the Rocky movies, but I don't think it's a good idea to do one-arm push-ups. Although I see a lot of people suggesting this in the body weight videos, I would never attempt that. Never. You make one wrong move and you got a bad injury, mainly to your shoulder, possibly to your tricep. I wouldn't do it. So that should cover it. Again, do whatever you can. Don't sit around. Don't let yourself degenerate. The bad news is that who knows when this damn thing's going to end. I actually was optimistic when the gym said they were going to close until April 1st. I actually believed them. I had no idea that these coronavirus cases would rise like they are. And according to authorities, then it's not even peaked yet. They're talking about cases in New York and here in California. They're going to keep going up. What does that mean in a practical sense for those of us who go to the gym? It means the gyms are going to be closed indefinitely. They might not even, I really hope I'm wrong. They might not even be open by June. We got to do something to stay in shape. So I'm going to be doing these band exercises, doing the sit-ups, the push-ups, freehand squats, whatever I can do. And hopefully somewhere I'll be able to get a pair of dumbbells. And if I could do that, it should be okay. I should be able to maintain what I have. I don't expect to make any gains. As a matter of fact, in my regular workouts at the gym, I'm at my age, I'm not trying to get big anymore. Trust me. I'm happy to just maintain any muscle I have. So anything I can do to maintain that, I'm happy with. So that's about it. If you want the best information on nutrition, exercise science, anti-aging research, ergogenic aids, fat loss techniques that really work, food supplement science, which food supplements work, which ones don't, women's health and fitness, all in-depth, no advertisements, state-of-the-art, evidence-based. All of this is in my Applied Metabolics newsletter. It averages 40 to 50 pages every month. It's like receiving a monthly ebook. And let me tell you something. Now, when a lot of us have time on our hands, I mean, a lot of people have been laid off. I mean, you can't go anywhere because everyone's afraid of getting the virus. Now you have no excuse not to read. I mean, I've had people say to me, "Hey, Jerry, I love your newsletter, but Jesus, it's so much to read, 40, 50 pages." Well, who says you have to read it in one sitting? I designed it so that it'd be read on any media. It could be read on an iPad, a laptop. It could be read on your phone. It could be read on your desktop. Read it in chunks, read a little bit at a time. I mean, at least you'll be getting some benefit. You'll be learning something instead of just sitting around and doing nothing or watching stupid TV shows on Netflix or something like that. You'll actually be getting benefit. So again, subscribe today. It's www.appliedmetabolics.com. And when you subscribe, I'll send you an invitation to join my Applied Metabolics Facebook page, where every day I post new information on nutrition, exercise science, general medicine, and that type of stuff. It's only for current subscribers. I do have an email portal on my Applied Metabolics website. That, again, is exclusively for current subscribers. You can send me short questions related to anything in the newsletter or just anything you want to know about, and I'll be happy to answer it only to current subscribers. I won't answer unsolicited questions. I don't have the time, and my subscribers come first. Again, www.appliedmetabolics.com. You're welcome to leave comments under these videos. I can't guarantee I'll answer them. I have been answering more than usual lately because I have a little more time than usual because of this abysmal viral thing going around, and let me add one more thing. I'm sure that those of you who are listening to this video are intelligent just by the mere fact that you're listening and want to learn. So I don't think there's any toilet paper hoarders among you. But if there are, please wake up to reality, buddy. There's no shortage of toilet paper. There's no shortage of food. You don't have to hoard. You don't have to hoard. Leave the toilet paper alone. You don't acquire the COVID-19 virus through your behind. It doesn't come through your behind. Relax. Leave the toilet paper alone. I had to throw that in. So take care. Thanks for listening.